morning. It's late January. We're on the hard here in western Kentucky. Got both burners going on the propane stove here, burner. Found this Stanley little cooking set. It's kind of cool. I think it was around $5. Comes with 2 cups. Pretty cool. It even has measurements here for 20 ounces, 16 ounces, 12 ounces, 8 ounces. And being that I've already had my coffee today, I'm going to make some tea. I'm going to test this thing out. It does have a base that's somewhat narrow as it pertains to the burner here, so not sure. I'm going to give it a ride, see whether it flips over or not. That's 16 ounces. And the reason why I picked this up, I actually have on the other boat, I have a actual kettle, but when I saw this, it looked like it was actually something you might be able to make some soup in, you know, in the winter, as cold as it is, and that would be pretty handy for that. I mean, I guess you could do the same thing with your kettle that heats up water. Just heat it up and put it in a bowl. You could make it work, but I just thought I'd check this out. It seemed pretty cool. Coming with 2 cups, lightweight and plastic. Not that I'm trying to sell these things. I'm not. I just thought it was pretty cool, and we'll see how it works out. Get that heated up. I get my caffeine from coffee, so this did not say caffeine free, but I could not find a caffeine dose on here on the label, so I thought I'd give that a shot. Like I said, I get my caffeine from coffee, so that's good enough. So while this thing is heating up, I've not been able to get back to the boat much. It's on the hard. I was hoping to put a new coat of paint on the bottom and to either reseat or seal off some of the through hulls altogether, because this thing actually has a bunch of through hulls, and there are like 2 of them that are not being used, and it looks like they're temporarily closed, like you could actually take out the plugs and you know, put them back into service again. And I'm suspecting that one of them was for a option to pump out. I mean, to have the toilet go over the side, and somebody temporarily sealed that so that the boat would only be self-contained. But so things like that, you know, I had the small leak coming up through the threads on this through hole for the galley, and it seems like the bedding, if the bedding wears out, you can find the water coming up through the threads, between the threads and the well, this thing has a huge bolt that holds it, holds the pressure, and the water was coming up through the threads. So apparently there was no sealant on the threads, but that's fine, you know. You can take all that out and either rebed it or put a 5-gallon bucket under there. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with yet. I'd kind of like to keep the through hole there, but that's definitely going to be some work getting that out, because everything I've seen on YouTube, they really have to tear things up to get that out. So we'll see what happens with that. It's getting hot. Put in 1 bottle of water. That's pretty cool. What else has been happening? Well, I guess the other thing is just winter. Winter has been happening, and it's been cold. You know, everybody has to deal with different things. Up here, we don't really have to deal with hurricanes, but when the change of season came by, we actually had strong winds. I believe it was like a week apart, and it tore up 2 marinas on the other side. It wasn't well, actually, I don't know if they ever determined whether it was a tornado, but it was definitely strong winds that it was actually the pier. It broke one pier totally away, and it floated out into the middle of their lagoon area. And another one, it just broke away, but it stayed in place. And that's in the marina. That's right on the other side of the lake from where we are. And another one, they just had damage for the overhead cover where the motorboats were. But that's all that I know of. I don't remember anything like that happening before. So we have this cold weather. We have to put our boats up on the hard. Well, I mean, you don't see many people sailing in the cold weather around here. And you people in warm places, warmer like California, Florida, and Texas, you get to stay more active, but of course, you know, then you have hurricane season. So, you know, it's kind of a dilemma. I don't know which one. I mean, it's really nice here when the season's right. I guess I just don't like winter. You know, all you have to do is almost freeze to death one time and you don't want to be around it anymore. Alright, sounds like a boil to me. Put that burner on really low. Well, let me see if I can move this around. Okay. So here we are. As you can see, the fit is very close. It's just wide enough to get that Coleman on there. So, I mean, I like it. It's probably, you know, it's designed for your campers, probably not, I don't see it being something for boats, but up on the hardware boat's not moving, that thing seems to work pretty good.